Hello guys, welcome back to K Creation, and this is the second tutorial of our Photoshop Basics course. And today's topic is Workspaces. As the name suggests, Workspaces, the space where we are going to work. Now, setting up your workspace is totally optional. Like if you want to work with default workspace, that is totally fine. But having your custom workspace is just an advantage. Custom workspace saves you a lot of time and it also keeps everything well arranged. Now, what is workspace? A custom workspace is nothing but an arrangement of panels and tabs. You can arrange every tab and options you see here. Although customizing workspaces depends on personal preferences, in this video I'm going to share with you guys my personal workspace, how I like to arrange things. But first, let's explore the default workspace that we get here. As I said earlier, workspaces is all about panels and tabs arrangement. These sections are called panels and in here you have tabs. You can arrange these however you like. And also if you mess up somewhere like this, or suppose even you close some tabs like this, just go to Windows, Workspaces, and here reset workspaces and everything is back to normal. Now let's see what each of these panels do. First we have the color tab. This tab is for choosing your foreground color in case you are drawing with your brush tool. You can see as I'm selecting the color, my foreground color is also changing. Just choose your brush tool or just press B with the keyboard to paint with this color. Now don't worry if you accidentally close the color tab. You can also just click on the foreground color you see here. Then select any color you like and press OK. And also if you think it's a bit time consuming and the panel was a better idea, you can bring that back or bring any panel back by going to Windows and choose any of the panels you see here. Like in this case, I'm choosing the color and you have it back. Now, the second tab in this panel is swatches. Swatches is nothing but samples of colors. You can choose any of these colors. Next, we have the gradients. The gradients are the smooth transition between any two colors. Like if I choose any of these gradients and select my gradient tool and draw a line from one corner to another corner of the canvas, then we have this beautiful gradient. Gradients are very versatile in terms of uses. You can use this for background, shapes, text, etc. Next is patterns. These are used to fill any blank area. Basically, it's a repeating image styled together. By the way, we will learn how to create our own pattern in the future videos. And in the 2020 version, we get these very cool patterns predefined. But the older version comes with really basics and almost useless patterns. Let me show you how to use the patterns. For this, we have to select our pattern stamp tool. Just long press the clone stamp tool and here you have the pattern stamp tool. Select your tool and the pattern you like and start painting. And as you paint, you can see pattern will be filled on any area you paint. Then we have the Learn tab. Also, you won't see this on the older versions. Some tutorials from Photoshop showing what you can do with Photoshop and how to use some tools. You can check these if you want. Otherwise, I'm here for you guys. Then we have the libraries. This option is really good if you have a Creative Cloud membership because it lets you save all of your project on Creative Cloud server so you can access it from any computer by just signing in with your account. Moving on, we have adjustments. These are used to create some adjustment in your images, like increasing or decreasing the brightness, contrast, saturation, and colors. We will discuss this in our future tutorials because they are really important. Next, we have layers. Another really important thing. Layers acts like a stack of transparent sheets and these are really helpful. Like if you had drawn something and you made a mistake, you want to erase it. Let's take our eraser tool and try to erase it. Well, you can't. All you can do is fix it or just start from the scratch, which is kind of annoying. But with the advantage of layers, there's no worry. Just finish your drawing and take a new layer and draw rest on that. This way you won't be harming your previous image or drawing, and we will make a specific video on layers in future. Moving on, we have channels and paths. Now for you guys, this is some advanced level stuff. We will get into that later. And these are not the only panels. If you just click on this cute little icon, boom, there is more. Next we have the history, which is basically history of whatever you did till now. And yes, you can go back to any step you like. Moving on, we have properties. Properties of tools we have selected. Think of this like the settings of particular tools. That was the default workspace. Now let's remove some tabs which most of you guys obviously don't need, like learn, libraries, and swatches, gradients, and all that stuff. As I said earlier, I will be sharing with you guys my own workspace. So I like to have history, navigator, and character. The character lets you customize the text and brushes because sometimes I need to paint. Now let's arrange it. And when we are done customizing, time to save our workspace. Go to Windows, Workspace, and click on the new workspace option. Just name it and save it. Now, even if you do reset your default workspace, you don't lose your settings. And Photoshop also provides you with few more workspaces depending on the type of work, like 3D for 3D work, graphic in case you do some graphic designing, motion for animation, painting, photography. Just explore these two, and if you like any panel, just add it to your new workspace. So that was it for today's video. I hope you like this video. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you next week with another tutorial. Bye.